supporting you in your dog parenting journey. The Dynamic Dog Owner with Debbie Potter.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Dynamic Dog Owner, the podcast designed to support you, the dog parent, in your dog parenting journey. As you'll know, if you listen regularly, we don't talk about actual how-tos of dog training because that's not interesting enough to talk about, basically. We have the online Pawcademy for that pre-recorded videos that you can get 3 days free trial access to. Click on the link in the description. But the podcast is about supporting dog parents, talking about our end of the journey, our side of it, what we do. And this kind of topic for today is an interesting one, and it's something that comes up a lot with clients, and I thought it was a good thing to talk about. Because inadvertently, this can make you feel inadequate. And that's why I try not to do it. So let me expand. Maybe not I, bit big-headed here, but I make dog training look easy. What I mean is, as a dog trainer, we make dog training look easy. You know, you look at any dog trainer online, it looks easy. They make it look so simple. They're just like, do this, do that, do the other, ping, pang, pong. They, know what to do. Everything's smooth. It's like, whee, it's lovely. Why is that? Because we've been doing it a long time. We're experienced. We have practiced, and it becomes second nature. And that's why, I'll be the first to admit, I don't purposely train my dogs very often. Like, I don't go, oh, we're going to a dog training class on this. Quite simply because I know it, and I put it into practice without even thinking. And this is where, sometimes it's so good if people ask us questions, because what we just go, oh God, I didn't even realise that was like something people needed to know. Because we do it easily, we do it naturally. We don't think about the basics and the easy stuff sometimes, because it's just, like riding a bike, as they say. So we do inadvertently make it look really easy. So then, for example, up on our Pawcademy, where we've got a load of videos, you'll watch them and go, oh, easy. And you're trying it with your dog, you'll be like, oh, it doesn't look like it does in the video. And then naturally you then go, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's me. What am I doing wrong? Maybe it's my dog. Maybe I'm no good at this. Maybe I shouldn't have a dog. And you start spiraling and thinking of all of these reasons as to why you're no good at it. Now, why do we make it look so easy? Because, as I said, we know what we're doing. We've spent 10 years doing something, or for me, 10 years doing something. At the beginning, definitely wasn't as natural as I am now, because it was the beginning of my journey. I didn't have as much training experience. But equally, we've seen a lot, we've tried a lot, we've tested a lot, we've met lots of different dogs with different concerns, different methods, different quirks, and therefore we go, oh, try this, and it works. Equally, as I always say, we look at it from a different perspective. So obviously, when you're training your dog, you're seeing it from your point of view. When we are with you, we see it from an external point of view, so we actually see a bigger picture. But this is one of the reasons why I would rarely demonstrate an activity to you with your dog. So I don't demonstrate any activity, actually. We don't have demo dogs. We don't bring dogs to demonstrate with, because it doesn't give a clear representation of what you're doing. Because if I say to you, hey, we're going to be doing this really cool thing, and I just show it to you with my dog, and you go, oh, wow. Or more than likely my dog goes, what? You've never taught me that? Huh? I don't know what you're doing. That's the likelihood, because that's just what a dog would do, right? And like, nope, she's lying, don't know how to do it. And we don't demo, because how does me showing you what my dog can do actually help you? Quite simply, does it? Some people are visual learners, absolutely. And that's where videos can help. That's where occasionally, if someone really needs me to, I will demonstrate. But I would always don't try and demonstrate with a pretend dog or an imaginary dog, because every dog is so different. There is a textbook way of doing something, And then there's your dog's way of doing it, which sometimes isn't quite textbook. And that would be boring if they all just did it exactly how they were supposed to. But the main point is that when I'm doing something with a dog, if I, for example, took your dog and said, right, this is how we teach them this, I'm likely to make it look really easy. And you'll go, oh, look, my dog can do it for you. Why don't they do it for me? The reason is I know what I'm doing. So I only have to worry about one part of the deal. The training part comes naturally. I have to worry about your dog and teaching your dog. But when you bring your puppy or your dog or whoever to a trainer, you don't know what you're doing. You're then trying to teach something that you don't know about to an animal who doesn't know what you're trying to teach. So it's almost like that phrase, the blind leading the blind. You haven't got a clue. You're going, well, I think this is what they mean. And you're trying it. And your dog's going, well, you don't look very confident. Are you sure? And then they're going, well, you look a bit weird. You're not looking very relaxed. And I don't really think this is a clear instruction. Then they don't do it. Because you're not just teaching your dog. When I have a dog, I am teaching the dog. Because I know the majority of what I'm teaching. Obviously, it's the stuff I like. If you were to take me to an agility class, I'd be like, what? Give us a clue. Help. I've never done agility. It's not really floated my boat. So yeah, in an agility class, I'd like, explain this to me a bit more. I don't understand. But with general training, no problem. Or, reactivity or the stuff we like to work with. But I know what I'm doing, therefore I'm only teaching. Whereas when you are working with your dog, if it's something new to you, not only are you teaching your dog, you're also learning yourself at exactly the same time. So that's an awful lot of unpracticed, unnatural behaviour happening. And that is simply why it's not as easy for you to pick things up or for your dog to do it for you. And this is where dog training is about a team, you and your dog. It's not just the dog learning, it's you learning too. So training is not just about teaching dogs to do stuff. As I always say, we shouldn't really be called dog trainers because the only dogs I train are my own. You train your dog, you are the dog trainer, and we are a coach for you, showing you how to do your part. It's all very complicated, isn't it? But that's where the progress comes from, when you have the skill. And it doesn't, I could just go, oh, here, do it with my dog. But my dog would go, well, I don't know you. This is weird. You don't think my mum does it? Because it's a partnership. And that is why it's you and your dog learning together. You're learning, you're then teaching, so your dog can learn. So there's 3 parts to it rather than just me teaching your dog. So it's often why you can feel a little bit downhearted and go, well, their dog just makes it look easy. You make it look easy. Yeah, sorry, we do, because we know what to do. And that's why I think very much when you're training, you have to focus on you and your dog and your progress and not worry about anyone else, which is really, really hard to do because naturally we compare ourselves to other people, we compare ourselves to other dogs, forgetting that everyone was at a slightly different point at their beginning. Every breed is different, every person is different, all the different factors that come into it. Naturally, we're not always going to progress at exactly the same level. But the main point is that we don't want to feel that we're not getting it right. So cut yourself some slack, quite simply. Make it a little bit easier for yourself. Don't beat yourself up if it's not easy straight off. And there's nothing wrong with practicing without your dog. I know this sounds really daft, but we do it in classes sometimes and it's quite funny. Educational. We will have a couple of exercises where we don't have dogs and we have a person pretending to be a dog or taking on the role of a dog, because then we're practicing, we're building our skill up and not getting it wrong with our dog, because that's what generally happens. We're practicing a skill, we're refining our skill so that we're better at what we're doing, and that could be lead handling. It's quite interesting in scent work. It could be marking, it could be anything. I'm trying to think, but loads of different things. Skills, teaching skills to yourself, and then you are better at doing it and then passing it on to your dog. So there's so many ways we can look at it, that we're looking at 2 sides of the coin. So that's why dog trainers make training look easy. Really short episode today. Sorry, guys, but it's just a simple point. We make it look easy. You are learning. Don't beat yourself up. You're learning what to do. And when you feel fluid, when you feel natural doing it, it's so much easier teaching a dog, which is why sometimes when it comes around to, if it's your first dog, naturally it's like all brand new. By the time you've had second, third, fourth, fifth dog, naturally it will be like, second nature. It's just like that riding a bike. You get back on it and you go, I remember this puppy stage, and you can progress. Naturally, every dog's slightly different, which is where we come in again to then help fine tune and tweak, but you've got the basics down. So don't worry if it doesn't come easy straight away, because you're not just teaching your dog, you're learning yourself as well. And it's hard to do those two things at the same time. Thoughts, comments, questions in the description, in the comments, put them in there. Great to start conversations. Have a really lovely week. I'll catch up with you soon.
If you love listening to the podcast, why not check out the Pawcademy for practical dog training advice and how-to videos. The hub is broken down into sections, and hundreds of pre-recorded videos are there for you to start watching whenever you choose. You can watch them back as many times as you like. You also get to talk to other community members and discuss your training, and benefit from live Q&As with myself where you can get your questions answered. Why not make use of our 3-day free trial where you can access all of the content on the hub absolutely free for 3 days. The link is in the description below, so do check that out. And I can't wait to see you in the hub. Thank you for listening to The Dynamic Dog Owner with me, Debbie Potter. See you next time.